Hello everybody and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. My name is Hocus Pocus and this is episode 112 of the series. So we're kicking things off over here in Oasis, but spoiler alert, we will not be working here today. I'm going to take an episode's break and head back to base to do some things around there because there's a couple of things I want to check out very quickly in today's episode before we move on to something else. So last time we were here, we built this thing and you know, the more I look at it, the more it kind of wears away at my contentment with it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I tear this thing down and start again? It kind of looks weird to me. Every time I look at it, it gets a bit worse. I like this segment here a lot, actually, the back area where the garden is. And we've got this little overhang that sort of protects the hay bales. And we've got this small farm over here as well. I quite like that. But then when you come around to the front, it almost just looks too chunky to me. I'm not really sure what it is. I can't articulate very well what I don't like about it. But as I say, the more that time goes by, the less content I become with this building. So we might do something about it. We may not. I don't know what you guys think. It would be great if you could let me know, though. But as I say, Oasis is coming up very nicely. It's pulling together. We still got tons and tons of work and possibilities for things that we can do here. But I have sort of been extending pathways and such. I don't know if I showed this on camera last episode, but I've taken the pathway down to the end there and kind of went ahead and linked it up to the farm here in a couple of areas where the fences are not in place. So, as I say, at the start here today, we're not going to be working in Oasis, we're going to be working back at the base. Thank you very much. And for that reason, I'm going to quickly take a second to get back there and we will discuss what is going to be going down. Okay guys, so welcome back to some more familiar surroundings. Oasis might actually be a little bit familiar to you now because we spent a few episodes over there, but I would say that most of you are much more familiar with the ravine base and the small storage area that we are stood in right now. So for the start of today's episode, we're going to be putting the final nail in the coffin of the very original base that we started building, which is off over in that direction somewhere. You guys will recognize it when you see it, but what I want to do before we head over there is to make sure that we've got our shulker boxes with us. So we've got 2 right here. Are there any more than that? No. So we might craft some more quickly. Let's do 1, 2. Let's make our way up to 5 shulker boxes. We've got the shells readily available, so we may as well do this. Let me see. We got any chests hanging around here? We do. So 1, 2, and 3. That'll give us a total of 5 once we've crafted them all up. There we go. And 5 shulker boxes we do have. So as I say, I'm going to take these up to the original base where we've got a few chests hanging around, and I use the expression final nail in the coffin. What we want to do is eventually cover over the cave and only entrance back into that area so that we never have to go there again. We can't actually go back there but unless we dig down into it. We're going to leave everything in there, of course, because you know, it's kind of like a memorial to what once was, you know. We like leaving these little memorials in the game, so I might put up a sign or something to kind of capture that sort of memorialization. So we're going to head outside here and pop down into the storage room. So now that we're back down here in the very original base, I'm going to take one last sleep in the bed, which will remain here for eternity. So there we go. That was a very nice sleep. And nighttime, of course, is out of the way now. So now that we've done that, as I say, we got some chests in here and there might be some useful items hanging around. And we're going to take anything that does kind of look appealing to us here. But mainly I'm going to be focusing on this chest and this chest. And that is because they have a lot of enchanted books in them. And yesterday, if you guys didn't see it, I made a video about how to get the best armor in Minecraft. And I want to start to begin to create our own set in our Let's Play world. So any books in here that we can use to enchant armor pieces, such as this one here that has blast protection 4, we're gonna be looking out for those and sectioning those off so that we can use them and hopefully today begin creating our armor set. And we want to try and get mending on all of the pieces because at the moment we only have our steel toe boots, our elytra, and no helmet or leggings. So let me get to work on sorting out what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. Everything that we're not keeping will be remaining down here. Everything else will be coming back with us in the 5 shulker boxes that we've got down into the ravine base. And there you have it, guys. Through the power of dirt, the original base is no more. So that's a moment in history that we've just buried. quite literally. And the dirt area here that doesn't have any grass is obviously where I've gone ahead and placed the dirt. We've got everything figured out though in terms of what we want to take away with us. So let's pop back down into small storage and get this organized. Okay guys, so just as a quick rundown of the sort of things I decided to bring back with us, let's look in the first chest. So all of these enchanted books are any that don't contain armor enchantments. Same in this shulker box here. This central shulker box is all of the enchanted books that contain armor enchantments that we might be able to use to create our fully fledged set of armor that we're working towards. In here are all of the minerals and things I was able to mine up whilst we were working over in that base. I brought back all of the pufferfish for potion brewing, ink sacs for the black dye, and nautilus shells just so that I don't have to go looking for them in the future. And then in this final chest we got some more enchanted books that do not contain any armor enchantments. We've got some horse armor, some name tags, and some tripwire hooks. So I'm going to quickly put all of this stuff away into the small storage area, and if necessary into the deep storage area, and then we'll take this shulker box here over to the enchanting / repair room and see what we can do about getting ourselves some leggings and a helmet. Everything's now organized over at small storage, and I actually decided to create a few new chests. So I've labeled I've labeled two as enchanted books, and I've also labeled one as shulker boxes. We're going to start to store our shulker boxes separately now to everything else, I think. So now that we got that done, let's check out what we can do in terms of getting this armor enchanted and seeing if we can get it up to scratch. So we've got Fire Protection 3 and Unbreaking 3. I think I saw a Fire Protection 3 book. That's perfect. So if we go ahead, would combining these cause issues in the long run? I'm not entirely sure, if I'm honest with you. So 4 to combine that, and we get 2 enchantments. So I think we'll do that straight away. And then we need regular protection. We need feather falling, no. We need fire protection, no. Blast protection 4 right there we will take. Anything else? Blast protection 4 again. Protection 3 right there. Protection 3 again. That looks to be about it for now. So maybe we'll just put these on the leggings. So we've got fire protection and unbreaking right there. And then we also have blast protection, which I'm out of levels for, so we're going to have to head over to the Guardian farm. So the Guardian farm, once again, was a huge success, and we managed to get about 50 levels before I got bored and packed it in. So I came back, enchanted the leggings, and now we've got fire protection 4, unbreaking 3, blast protection 4, mending, and protection 4. So the only thing that we're missing really is projectile protection, so let's get those guys equipped. We do need to think of a name though, so I will be considering names throughout the course of the rest of this episode, and if we come up with something today, we'll name them. If not, maybe leave me some suggestions in the comments. That might be cool. See if one of you guys can get a name in for the leggings. The helmet, however, is we've only got 6 levels left, so we could put mending on it, but you know, helmets don't really have too much durability, so I don't want to risk the fact that it might break without unbreaking 3 before we get a chance to put anything else on it. And then we've let a mending book go for nothing, even though our villager over at the base still supplies them to us. So yeah, you know what? Screw it. Why should we be concerned? Why should we really be concerned? There we go. Our full set of armor. So, of course, there's still some enchantments to come in, such as projectile protection here. And then we need fire protection, projectile protection, and blast protection on the helmet as well. And we might even be able to get respiration 3 on there if we play our cards right. So there's the armor done for today. Now, moving on. And by the way, we're going to just leave that here, I think, for now. We'll come and collect it at a later date if we need it. But moving on for the rest of the episode, there is something that I've decided to do. So we're going to be bringing back AFK fishing to the world. Maybe some of you don't like it because it is kind of cheaty, but I figured, why not? If it's in the game, let's abuse it. That's my philosophy. As long as it's not too over the top. I wouldn't ever do anything like duplication or anything like that. As long as it actually requires some sort of time and effort to put into it. To get the outcome that you desire, I feel like it's not too bad. So we're going to be figuring out an area where we can build this room. I don't know whether to link it up to this part of the base or whether to take it further to or closer to the surface. We really need to find some space to put it in. So give me a moment to do that, and hopefully I can come to a decision sooner rather than later. So this looks like as good a place as any to me, right here, across the way from the entrance over into our new ravine area. So I think I might try to center this room somewhere around maybe this pillar here. We don't want it to go too far in this direction because this walkway, or the intersection of the ravines kind of needs to stay intact so that we can utilize the space through there as well. So we don't want a room that intersects that. So maybe we will push it in line with this pillar, actually. That might be a more sensible decision. So let's start to clear out some of the stone here and sort of mark out the entrance. I hear a zombie. There he is. Let's take him out quickly because we don't want any intruders. There we go. Back up to level 5. And we'll get rid of this as well. So there's our 3x3 entrance. It might not stay as a 3x3. I'm just kind of marking things out here. This room I want to be quite big, and I have some sort of plans for the design as well, so stay tuned for that. But as I say, this is going to be an AFK fishing farm, so initially we need to just make sure that we can dig a straight hole all the way up to the surface that won't cause any issues with any other builds in the world. And then once we've ensured that that is the case, we can go ahead and start forming the structure and of course the mechanisms that will fit in this room. Nothing special so far, but this is what we've got. So I was a little bit inspired by a video that I saw recently from Zizuma Void in the Hermitcraft server, or on the Hermitcraft server I should say. I was inspired by something he built, so we're going to try and replicate something that closely resembles what he built, but not exactly resembles what he built, if you understand what I mean. I'm taking inspiration and inspiration alone. I'm not going to completely outright copy it. So far this is the room layout that we've got. It's going to extend backwards in that direction and out to the sides as well. So don't think this is it, because it does look quite boring at the moment. I need to sort of try to shape it a bit though, because I don't think it works very well the length it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Do we shorten it to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe let's try shortening it to 5 here. And then we need to shorten this tip as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's shorten it down to 5. I'm just trying to get the proportions right because I don't feel like it works very well just yet. And then let's tear back a couple layers of this as well. We will end up filling out the rest of this room anyway, so it doesn't matter too much if we destroy things and leave open space. How about that? So we've got a 2 there. We probably want at least a 3 maybe. Is that going to be better? Yeah, that might work a little bit better. Or does it? And then I kind of want to just wrap stairs around the edges here. So let me throw the stairs in and see how they work out. So let's put some in here as well. And then we're going to have to take out the corner pieces just quickly. So let's take out that corner piece and this one here as well, so that we can pop a stair right in the corner. We should have more stairs. There they are. Let's do this and that. And then finally one more here. And there we go. This is kind of what we're looking at so far. So we got that 2 wide gap there. Maybe that needs an extension out in this direction. I don't know. I'm going to keep playing around here until we get it right. And then I will continue expanding the room, as I say, off in that direction. And then down there somewhere is where we're going to put our AFK farm. It looks like the iron farm is about to come in useful for the very first time. And that is because in the video that I was referring to, Zizuma Void actually used smithing tables for his floor pattern, and I really like the way it worked. So I think we're going to go ahead and test that out in our build here. So let's take a couple stacks of iron and look at this chest. It's filling up very nicely. We've got some issues though. I'm not sure if 1.14 changed things again, but the iron golems seem to have much more of a tendency to spawn up on the slab. So we might have to change the design again to figure this out, because obviously this isn't something that we want to be happening here. And when it does happen, you just have to sort of nudge them into the water like this, and eventually they will go down and die. So let's get back over to the AFK fishing farm that we're currently building and get back to work. Okay guys, so a little bit more transformation in the AFK fishing farm here, yet we are still far away from finishing it, so we might not finish in today's episode, unfortunately. However, we are about to install the mechanism itself, so we need to start from here. 2, 3, 4, 5 I think should work, and then we want to go and place a chest here, and then a hopper into that chest. We actually need a fence post, so let's go and craft that as well very quickly. What should I go for? Spruce or dark oak? Here, I might go for dark oak on the fence post. So let's do this, that, and then sticks in the middle to create that. That should work out. Let's get rid of these bones and arrows. We don't need those bogging down our inventory. And then right behind this guy, you'll want to place a fence post. So let's do this. and that, and then on top of the fence post a pressure plate. So let's do that. And actually I think what we need to do is take this one back out. Oh no, it's this one, is it? Actually we've messed this up totally. We're actually supposed to do this and that, and then we can replace that one, and then we need to waterlog this guy that flows into there, then note block at the back, placeholder block on top of the note block, iron trap door, pop that there, take away the iron trap door, and there is our AFK fishing setup. So anything we fish should go into the chest here. We can take the inventory storage down a bit further as well if we need to. However, this isn't going to work yet because I'm pretty sure that when fishing, the block of water that you're fishing in needs to have skylight directly above it. So we need to go ahead and dig all the way up to the surface above this thing. But I'm thinking about making something maybe like a 3x3 skylight that comes all the way down into this room. And that's pretty much it for now. So I guess we keep progressing here, see what comes of this room. We do need some storage in here, which I'm going to organize in just a second. But for now, everything is going just as planned. Okay guys, so more work has been completed over at the AFK fish farm, but at the moment we are trying to see whether we can create ourselves a fishing rod that is suitable for the job here. So we're going to need, I think, the Luck of the Sea 3 and Lure 3 are the two enchantments that we're looking for. So if we've got any of that, that would be great. Doesn't look like we've got anything going in there, right? That's not a good start. Anyway, let's look at the enchanted books here and have a quick run through. There's Luck of the Sea 2. We'll take anything that looks usable, right? We may as well, just in case we can combine some of these books to create the enchantments that we are looking for. But this is going to be quite a boring process. So give me, I don't know, a couple minutes to look through and enchant this thing, and I will be right back. So 10 levels, or 11 I should say, that I have now. 10 was supposed to be what I did have, but I have 11 now, and that should be enough to enchant this rod to full capacity. So there we go, mending, unbreaking, lure 3, luck of the sea 3, and that thing is good to go. Should never break either, because of course you are getting experience from the AFK fishing farm as you use it, which in turn helps to repair the rod. I'm not sure how armor is going to interact with the repairment of the rod. You may have to take your armor off if it has mending on it whilst you're using the fish farm, but we will get around to figuring that out. Anyway, let's take a look at this thing, because I have been working on it, as I said. So coming inside, you will notice immediately that I managed to pull myself away from the design that we've been using all throughout the base, and we've actually used some prismarine slabs, some prismarine stairs, and that kind of thing. And so far, I'm pleased with how it turned out. So all of this on the side here is going to be storage. We've got chests on this end and barrels here. I decided to use the new barrel blocks from 1.14, and on the front of all of these barrels we've got some item frames. I've also been using the farm itself, and so far this is what we've managed to pull out of it. So each barrel is going to hold a different item. So for example, we've got rule cod here, so let's take all of the rule cod in the system. That seems to be about it. And then what we'll do is we'll pop a rule cod on the front of this barrel and then just start filling it up. And then once it's filled, of course, we can move back into the next barrel or the barrel to the right, depending on whereabouts we are. So once again, let's do the same things. We've got our salmon here. Any more salmon? Yes, there we go. And we will pop our salmon in this barrel right here, and that is as good as it's going to get, I think. But yeah, I like how this is shaping up. And also, the chests over here are for the enchanted books. So we've got quite a few good ones already. We've got Fortune 2 there. Silk Touch book is always good to have on hand. Fire Protection 3 and Efficiency 3 as well. And I want to use the chests for the enchanted books, but I kind of want to filter them in a certain way. Well, not filter them, but I want to organize them in a certain way. And I haven't really decided just yet, but I want to make sure that each chest is containing an enchantment that sort of fits a certain topic so that we can easily look through these chests. For now, I'm going to just pop them all in this one here though, but we will get around to organizing those. And then let's take a look at what's next. So let's do some string. It looks like we've only got one piece of that so far, so we'll just use that as a marker for that barrel. Then we've got ourselves some pufferfish, which again, we don't have too much of, but we'll pop some in there. Then we'll go with the water bottles. Now, things like water bottles are a bit difficult because they don't stack. So once we've filled one barrel, I might just start disposing of them because they're not going to be that useful to us anyway. Sticks, again, let's just pop those in there. And I'm not really too fussed about the order of these. I just want to get it all organized into its own barrel. So let's do the saddles as well. Saddles are going to be similar. Once we filled a barrel of those, probably won't keep looking after them. Or I could find a way, I suppose, to have a bit of mass storage somewhere that looks after items that we have way too many of that we don't really want to keep storing. So we'll think about that when the time comes, but we're just going to keep organizing these in this way at the moment. So there's the name tags. Next on the list is rotten flesh, and any of the leather that I'm getting I probably will just immediately use for item frames, so we won't be storing that either. So let's pull that out into our inventory. Then we've got bowls. Bowls can go in there, and some of this stuff we probably will never use, but it's here if we require it, you know. I think it's just useful to have it in storage just for those occasional times where it does become a need in the world. So we've got some ink sacks, which could be useful as black dye, of course. Then we've got leather boots, which again are one of those things that we're probably going to end up taking up a lot of space with. So we're going to have to think about what we're going to do with those. We do need to start probably repairing some of them. Just to make sure that they're not taking up too much space. And then we've got bones there. We'll go with the tropical fish here. And then we've got lily pads. Lily pads are something else that I'll probably use frequently. And then finally, we've got the fishing rod with lure 3, which will pop there. So that's everything sorted out. The chest is now nice and clean and empty. Everything is stored in a specific barrel, and we'll just keep doing this as we run the farm and as we gain more and more items. And as I say, hopefully we can store the enchanted books over here in a certain way that allows us to access them easily and know which chest is going to contain what type of books. But I think for today we've done enough work on this area. We'll continue work on this in the next episode. So for now, we are going to wrap up today's video. Alright you guys, welcome back to the video for the last time for today. This is going to be it for episode 112. I really do hope that you had fun today and enjoyed the episode. I definitely did. I had fun recording it, as I always do. If you did like, then be sure to reciprocate that with a like down below. And I meant to say if you did like the video, of course, not if you just did like. If you did like the video, then please drop a like down below. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or feedback, pop those in the comment section down below and I will be sure to respond to you. And finally, if you are new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and hit that red subscribe button to stay tuned to this series and any of the other wonderful videos that I'll decide to post to the channel in the future. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to come to my channel and watch my video. It's much appreciated as always. I'm always grateful for the support. Take care of yourselves and take care of your families, but most importantly, have a good day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.